Peace, everybody. Brother James coming from McKeel's Path for Autistic Triumph. Hoping that you're having a good evening, a good day. And I just wanted to come in and just say a little bit of things, not a whole lot, just a little bit, but just wanted to speak to us about, I know we're going through a lot of anxiety right now. It's a lot of things going on. Things are very unsettling. And so I just want to offer a couple of tips that could help us get through. Number one, obviously, you know that I push Reiki um, because it's definitely something that can help us and help our children so that we can get through the things that are happening. Reiki is good for reducing pain, anxiety, stress, and obviously, this is something that we know all too well today and right now. So, I just wanted to come and just give a few tips of how we could use Reiki to help ourselves. And then I wanted to speak to you about our partner, House of Healing Light, their event called Reiki Day, February 14th through the 17th, 2025. But the first thing I want to say is this: really, the best tip I can give you, or I say the first tip that I'll give you is please get attuned to Reiki. Reiki is a universal life force energy. That's what Reiki means. And it's a energy healing modality that you can use on your family, on your pets, on your plants. I mean, anything that's quote unquote alive, you can use it on. Technically speaking, even inanimate objects to a degree. Now, the reason why I say this is because you don't want to have to keep paying for it. So just go ahead and get attuned to it. And once you get attuned to it, you'll have the energy benefits of it, but you'll be able to use it for your family, use it on yourself. Like I said, use it on anything basically, and be able to help yourself and help your children, help your animals, so on and so forth, to get through. I know as a parent of children on the spectrum, one of the main things we have to do on a consistent basis is deal with some of the tantrums, deal with whatever issues have come about by our child being on the spectrum. And so Reiki is good to help us as parents, number one, because we need stress relief. There are different techniques that can be used in the Reiki that is taught by our partner, different techniques that can be used to do different things to help us. You know, um, we go through anger. Let's be real. Especially if we have multiple children, such as myself, my family, we have three. Distress. You know that there's regular anger just with having a child, period. But it's somewhat multiplied when you have special needs involved, especially those of us who are just starting off. You know, there are a lot of things that you're going to go through that you definitely are going to need help because you don't know necessarily how to deal with it. And so, Reiki can be used to help us to bring it down, to allow us to think a little more. Um, One of the ways that Reiki can be used is for sleep. Oh man, we know as parents of special needs children, sleep is something that we don't necessarily get a lot of. You know, uh, Typical parents have a chance to kind of recoup as the child gets older because it can do more things on its own, and you can rely on it to a degree to do things on its own. But Those of us raising children with special needs, that doesn't necessarily happen, or it may take a longer time span for it to happen. So we're not only stressed out, but we're sleep deprived, which automatically means immunity goes down. And to a degree, yes, your health will go down because your body's not being able to recuperate enough. But that's why I strongly suggest you get attuned to Reiki so that you'll have something that can help with that by by it reducing your stress and anxiety. It can allow you to get some sleep, better sleep than if you don't use it. It also helps with the temper tantrums of the children. If we use it on the children, especially once we start to notice them being triggered, if you can kind of beat the trigger or get to the child as you see it being triggered, and you can hit it with some Reiki real quick, it's a good chance you could bring it down. You can bring the meltdown down. Maybe either it won't be as bad, it won't be as long, or the more we use it and we learn that pinpointed moment, we may be able to stop it from getting to a true meltdown. So, who doesn't want that? I'm saying use Reiki. See, we have to get out of the mindset of just thinking traditionally. There's too many things going on. So, we have to use the things that are available to us. And Reiki is something that's available. Reiki is effective. They're using it in hospitals, they have studied it in universities. You can look it up for yourself. And so, let's go ahead and use it. And our partners at House of Healing Light have a reduced rate for our families that are dealing with autism. It's called For Those on the Autism Journey. And it's a reduced rate from their regular rate, but you still get all the training and extra extra training really because of the fact that you're dealing with people who are going through what you are going through or have gone through to a degree. So you also can use something called situation qualities. This allows you to use the Reiki on a specific issue to enhance it. So if you already are good at playing the piano, it can help make you better. If you're dealing with anger issues, it can help to keep you calmer. I know it works because I used it for myself, obviously. So those are a few tips. Help your little ones go to sleep. Help yourself go to sleep by giving yourself Reiki or giving them Reiki before they go to bed. That also could possibly help if you're homeschooling, could possibly help them to have a better day the next morning because then the Reiki will have time to saturate into them while they're asleep and it goes to work healing in the ways that it needs to heal so they can wake up in a better mood. Who doesn't want that? I know I would, and you also, if your child is 8 years old or older and you believe that they can comprehend um, the techniques, which with Kundalini Reiki is very simple. It is the simplest Reiki to learn because there aren't any symbols. It's off of intention. So I would suggest get your children attuned. All three of mine are. And it helps them because it releases the energy within their root chakra and allows that energy to flow through the system, widening the chakras as well as the primary channel of energy. So it gives them more energy to use to help them. So once that happens, and then if you're able to teach and train them to use their Reiki when they feel they're being triggered, again, now they have a way to regulate themselves, or as I say, to help regulate themselves, to help keep their meltdowns down. It's something that they can use. And again, you pay for it once, but you have it for a lifetime. So it's an energy that you will always have access to once you get attuned. Win win. And then you can learn different ways to use it to help your child, to help enhance their reading or whatever they're having problems with. You'll see it happen. So, those are just a few things of how you could use Reiki and why it will benefit you. You know, it's better to go ahead and pay up front. Now, even in terms of that, you know that there are grandparents and other family members that want to help. Well, let people sponsor you to get your Reiki attunements, and either you can somewhat pay it back by giving them treatments, or if they just want to do it to help you, let them help or ask, because this is what's going to benefit you and the family and them. Like I said, if you want to use it to help them, they'll feel it, and then they'll be able to feel better themselves. And Reiki is something that you don't necessarily have to be with the person to use it on the person. Another great benefit, because you can send it over a distance to other people. So those are the tips that I wanted to give us, because like I said, I know we're going through some things, and I want to see the families and the children doing better, just period. But especially during these rough times where things are unstable and we really don't know what's going to happen next. So strong suggest you go ahead, go to www.houseofhealinglight.com, sign up for the course, Kundalini Reiki course. It's called For Those on the Autism Journey. Learn it, and you also could be able to use it to make some extra money for yourself. Like I said, win-win. You're not losing anything. You're really gaining great possibilities. And once you're attuned for life. You can always use the energy. It'll always be there for you. And speaking of that, I wanted to just quickly tell you that Reiki Day, February 14th through the 17th, I want all of us to be there, because then you can see Reiki basically at its best, because we're going to be calling on Reiki practitioners. And if you know any, make sure you tell them about it and make sure that they become a part of that event, because the point is to flow Reiki all over the planet for that day, all over the planet, everybody in their time zone, doing it between 4 and 7, which will cause a buildup over the day. And then that can be used to, we can connect with that energy, and you can be shown how to connect it to your children so they'll get that benefit. So it's like getting a super duper mega Reiki treatment, but the registration is only $10. But it comes with a lot more than that, because you not only get the Reiki energy, but you can take part and get earth energy and get angel energy, and take the different classes and different sessions to get more and more energy. As a matter of fact, we know about the planetary alignment. You can get connected to that energy as well. So just go to www.houseofhealinglight.com Sign up for Reiki Day. Sign up for the Kundalini Reiki course called For Those on the Autism Journey. And let's help our families to get better, to make it through, to feel better. And I found with our children that Reiki is helping them to constantly make progress. I'm not saying that it's necessarily where we want it to be. I'm not saying that it never falls back, but I'm saying it is pretty consistent in moving forward at whatever pace they move. So let's just all get together. Let's get this done. And I look forward to talking to you again. So until then, I'll say peace.